Scotch where hay with Wallace bled, Scotch where Bruce has often led. Welcome to your gory bed, or to victory. Now's the day and now's the hour. See the front of battle hour. See approach proud Edward's power. Chains and slavery. What will be a traitor knave? What can fill a coward's grave? What said base as be a slave? Let him turn and flee. What for Scotland's king and law? Freedom's sword will strongly draw. Freemen stand or freemen fall. Let him follow me. By oppression's woes and pains, by your sons in servile chains, we will draw our dearest veins, but they shall be free. Lay the proud usurpers low. Tyrants fall in every blow. Liberties in every blow. Let us do or deed. That was Scotch where hay by Robert Burns. This is The Colored Soldiers by Paul Laurence Dunbar. The music is The Brushy Fork of Johns Creek. If the muse were mine to tempt it, and my feeble voice were strong, if my tongue were trained in measures, I would sing a stirring song. I would sing a song heroic of those noble sons of Ham, of the gallant colored soldiers who fought for Uncle Sam. In the early days, you scorned them, and with many a flip and flout, said, these battles are the white man's, and the whites will fight them out. Up the hills you fought and faltered. In the vale you strove and bled, while your ears still heard the thunder of the foe's advancing tread. Then distress fell on the nation, and the flag was drooping low. Should the dust pollute your banners? No! The nation shouted no. So when war in savage triumph spread abroad its funeral pall, then you called the colored soldiers, and they answered to your call. And like the hounds unleashed and eager for the lifeblood of the prey, sprung they forth and bore them bravely in the thickest of the fray. And where'er the fight was hottest, where the bullets fastest fell, there they pressed unblanched and fierce at the very mouth of hell. They rallied to the standard, to uphold it by their might. None were stronger in the labors, none were braver in the fight. From the blazing breach of Wagner to the plains of Olustee, they were foremost in the fight of the battles of the free. And at Pillow, God have mercy on the deeds committed there, and the souls of those poor victims sent to thee without a prayer. Let the fullness of thy pity o'er the hottest wrought spirit sway of the gallant colored soldiers who fell fighting on that day. Yes, the blacks enjoy their freedom, and they won it dearly too. For the lifeblood of their thousands did the southern fields bedew. In the darkness of their bondage, in the depths of slavery's night, their muskets flashed the dawning, and they fought their way to light. They were comrades then and brothers. Are they any less today? They were good to stop a bullet and to front the fearful fray. They were citizens and soldiers when rebellion raised its head, and the traits that made them worthy, those virtues were not dead. They have shared your nightly vigils. They have shared your daily toils, and their blood with yours commingling has enriched the southern soil. They have slept and marched and suffered neath the same dark skies as you. They have met as fierce a foeman and have been as brave and true. And their deeds shall find a record in the registry of fame, for their blood has cleansed completely every blot of slavery's shame. So all honor and all glory to those noble sons of Ham, the gallant colored soldiers who fought for Uncle Sam. Biographical pictures. Poets find ways of telling about their own life challenges and the feelings and emotions that accompany them. Both Burns and Dunbar loved nature. So in these next two poems, they see themselves in the plight of a mountain daisy cut down by the farmer's plow, and in a bird caught in a cage, but dreaming of flying free. To a Mountain Daisy, Robert Burns, the music, peace, and plenty. Crimson-tipped flower, thou's met me in an evil hour, for I won't crush amain the stour thy slender stem. To spare thee now is past my hour, my power, thou bonny gem. Alas, it's no thy neighbor sweet, the bonny lark, companion meet, bending thee mang the dewy wheat with speckled breast, when upward springing blithe to greet the purpling east. Cold blew the bitter biting north upon thy early humble birth, yet cheerfully thou glinted forth amid the storm, scarce reared above the parent earth thy tender form. The flaunting flowers our gardens yield, high sheltering woods and waves long shield, but thou, beneath the random field of cloud or stain, adorns the histy stibble field, unseen, alane. There in thy scanty mantle cloud thy snowy bosom sunward spread, thou lift'st thy unassuming head in humble eyes. But now the share uprears thy bed, and lower thou lies. Such is the fate of Artent's maid, sweet floweret of the rural shade, by love's simplicity betrayed and guileless trust, till she, like thee, all soiled, is laid low in the dust. Such is the fate of simple bard, on life's rough ocean luckless starred, unskillful he to note the card of prudent lore, till billows rage and gales blow hard and whelm him o'er. Such fate to suffering worth is given, who long with wants and woes has striven, by human pride or cunning driven, to misery's brink, till rended of every state but heaven, he ruined sink. Even thou who mourn'st the daisy's fate, that fate is thine, no distant date. Stern ruin's plowshare drives elate, full on thy bloom, till crushed beneath the furrow's weight shall be thy doom. Sympathy by Paul Laurence Dunbar. The music is the Silver Lake Waltz. I know what the caged bird feels, alas, when the sun is bright on the upland slopes, when the wind stirs soft through the springing grass, when the first bird sings and the first bud opes, and the faint perfume from its chalice steals. I know what the caged bird feels. Caged bird beats his wing till its blood is red on the cruel bars, for he must fly back to his perch and cling, when he fain would be on the bough a swing, and the pain still throbs in the old scars, and they pulse again with a keener sting. I know why he beats his wing. I know why the caged bird sings, ah me, when his wing is bruised and his bosom sore, when he beats his bars and he would be free. It is not a carol of joy or glee, but a prayer that he sends from his heart's deep core, but a plea that upward to heaven he flings. I know why the caged bird sings. Anybody likes a good love poem? Poets the world over have written about romantic love, and our poets especially loved being in love. This first one, John Anderson, My Joe, Robert Burns. John Anderson, my Joe, John, when we were first acquaint, your locks were like the rain, your bonny brow was brand, but now your brow is bowed, John, your locks are like the snow. But blessings on your frosty brow, John Anderson, my Joe. John Anderson, my Joe, John, I wonder what you mean till I sang the morning and said so late at eve. You're bleary at your eye, John, and why do you so? Come sooner, take your bed at eve. John Anderson, my Joe. John Anderson, my Joe, John, we climbed the hill together, and many a canty day, John, we've had with ain't another. Now we moan totter down, John, and hand in hand we'll go, and we'll sleep together at the foot, and we'll sleep together at the foot, and we'll sleep together at the foot. John Anderson, my Joe. All right, audience participation time. We're going to do a Negro love song by Paul Laurence Dunbar. Your line is going to be what?
Jump back, honey, jump back.
Don't forget. You know when to come in because you're very familiar with this piece. All right. Seen my lady home last night.
Jump back, honey, jump back.
Held her hand and squeezed it tight.
Jump back, honey, jump back.
Heard her sigh, a little sigh. Seen the light gleam from her eye. And her smile go flitting by.
Jump back, honey, jump back.
Heard the wind go through the pine.
Jump back, honey, jump back. honey, jump back.
And my heart was beating so when I reached my lady's door that I couldn't bear to go.
Jump back, honey, jump back.
Put my arm around her waist,
Jump back, honey, jump back.
raised her lips and took a taste.
Jump back, honey, jump back.
Love me, honey, love me true, love me well as I love you. And she answered, course I do.
Jump back, honey, jump back.
All right, thank you. The nobility of the common man. Robert Burns is known as the freedom poet. By giving voice to people who otherwise would not have a voice, and by openly opposing the rich and powerful aristocrats in Scotland, he became an inspiration to Americans fighting for their freedom, including Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. Paul Laurence Dunbar had these same values. Both poets believed in the honor of being honest, kind, and humble. Qualities to be celebrated in people no matter what their circumstances. This first piece, a man's a man. Is there for honest poverty that hangs his head and all that, the coward slave we passing by? We dare be poor for all that. For all that and all that, our toils obscure and all that. The rank is but the guinea's stamp, the man's the god for all that. What though on Hamley fair we dine, where hodden gray and all that, give fools their silk and knaves their wine. A man's a man for all that. For all that and all that, their tinsel show and all that, the honest man, though e'er say poor, is king a man for all that. You see, yon Berkey called the Lord, who struts and stares and all that, though hundreds worship at his word, he's but a coof for all that. For all that and all that, his ribbon, star, and all that, the man of independent mind, he looks and laughs at all that. A king can make a belted knight, a marquis, duke, and all that. But an honest man's a boon his might, good faith, he's monarch for that. For all that and all that, their dignities and all that, the pith of sense and pride of worth are higher rank than all that. Then let us pray that come it may, as come it will for all that, that sense and worth o'er all the earth may bear the greed and all that. For all that and all that, it's coming yet for all that, that man to man the world o'er shall brothers be for all that. My Sort of Man by Paul Laurence Dunbar. I don't believe in aristocrats and never did, you see. The plain old home-like sort of folk is good enough for me. Of course, I don't desire a man to be too tarnal rough. But then, I think all folks should know when they are nice enough. Now, there's folks in this here world, from peasant up to king, who want to be so awful nice, they overdo the thing. That's just the thing that makes me sick, and quicker in a wink, set it down that them same folks ain't half as good you think. I like to see a man dressed nice and clothes becoming too. I like to see a woman fix as women ought to do. And boys and gals I like to see look fresh and young and spry. We all must have our vanity and pride before we die. But I judge no man by his clothes, nor gentleman, nor tramp. The man that wears the finest suit may be the biggest scamp. And he whose limbs are clad in rags that make a mournful sight, in life's great battle may have proved a hero in the fight. I don't believe in aristocrats. I like the honest tan that lies upon the healthful cheek and speaks the honest man. I like to grasp the brawny hand that labor's lips have kissed. For he who has not labored here, life's greatest pride has missed. The pride to feel that your own strength has cleaved the way, has cleaved for you the way, to heights to which you were not born, but struggled day by day. What through the thousand sneers and scoff and scorn your humble birth? Kings are but puppets. You are kings by right or royal birth. The man who simply sits and waits for good to come along ain't worth the breath that one would take to tell him he is wrong. For good ain't flowing round this world for every fool to suck. You've got to put your seers on and go and hunt it up. Good goes with honesty, I say, to honor and to bless. To rich and poor alike it brings a wealth of happiness. Aristocrats ain't got it all, for much to their surprise, that's one of earth's most blessed things they can't monopolize. Cutting a rug. Cutting a rug. Music and dance go along with poetry at every step. Burns collected the folk music and poetry of Scotland and made it available to the world. Dunbar was a violinist and a pianist and made music the subject of many of his poems. Reels were one of the popular dance forms of the time. Now you'll hear this fast-stepping rhythm next in Angelina and in the Cornstalk Fiddle. This is Angelina by Paul Laurence Dunbar, and the music is Angeline the Baker. When the fiddle gets to singing out an old Virginia reel and you miss to feel a tickling in your toe and in your heel, if you think you got religion and you wants to keep it too, you just better take a hit and get yourself clean out of you. Cause the time is mighty tempting when the tune is in the swing for a dance saint or sinner man to cut the pigeon wing. And you couldn't help from dancing if your feet was bound and twined when Angelina Johnson comes up, swinging down the line. She's the darling of the place. Why, there ain't no high-toned lady with such manners and such grace. She can move across the cabin with its planks all rough and walled, just the same as if she was dancing on old Mister's ballroom floor. Fact is, you don't see no cabin. Everything you see look grand. And that old squeaky fiddle sounded you just like a band. Cotton breeches look like broadcloth and a linsey dress look fine when Angelina Johnson comes up swinging down the line. Some folks say that dancing's sinful And the blessed Lord, they say, gonna punish us for stepping when we hear the music play. But I tell you, I don't believe it. For the Lord is good and wise. And he made the banjos metal, and he made the fiddles wood. And he made the music in them. So I don't quite think he'll care if our feet keeps time a little to the melodies we hear. Why, there's something downright holy in the way our faces shine, especially when Angelina Johnson comes a-swinging down the line. Angelina steps so gentle, Angelina bows so low, and she lift her skirt so dainty that her shoe tops scarcely show. And them teeth of hers are shining as she take you by the hand. Go away, people. There ain't no such lady, there ain't another such a lady in the land. When she's moving through the figures or dancing by herself, folks just stand stock still or scared, and they most near holds their breath. And the young men's, they's a saying, I's gonna make that damsel mine when Angelina Johnson comes a-swinging down the line.
Friends, just a few words about the instruments that we're playing up here today, the marriage between spoken word and the instrumental music. Of course, Paul Lawrence Dunbar was a violinist. Robert Burns also took the occasional indulgence trying to play the fiddle as well, so this was an instrument that was common to both of them. And so the fiddle or the violin was developed around Italy, but you find it all throughout Europe. And they made their ways across the oceans, came over here. In fact, the one that I'm playing for you today, quite honestly, was certainly around in Mr. Dunbar's time. It missed Robert Burns by a little bit. This particular fiddle is from somewhere between the 1830s and the 1840s. People liked them because they were small, they were portable, they were tough, and they were fairly easy to get a tune on, though it may not have sounded as good as one might hope for. But if it's the only entertainment in town, you take what you can get, right? Now the banjo that I've played here today this is the gourd banjo. And essentially this is what the banjo looked like in the 1830s. About the time that that fiddle was made, this is what the banjo was looking like. The banjo was really developed and it's descended from the West African lute traditions. The banjo, as much as we know about it, looks like it really developed in the Caribbean. When slaves were over, they were in the Caribbean, then before they made it up to the colonies, this was an instrument that they made that reminded them of home. Their music made it up to the colonies as well. And so what you're looking at is just a gourd, a chunk of walnut, a goat skin head, and back in the day, they were probably using sheep gut to make the strings out of. Well, that's the good old days for you. So, but it made a really warm sort of sound here. But this is what the banjo looked like in its early days. And from the very early days, we find both black and white musicians playing together on both instruments. And so a number of the tunes that I've been playing today are tunes that I learned directly from other players as well that were a generation, in some cases, 2 generations older than I am. So if you think about it, y'all could probably make one of these, correct? All you need is time, a little sun, and a little rain, and probably one really unfortunate sheep and one really unfortunate goat. But if you couldn't afford instruments, you made your own instruments. You also made your own entertainment. Now, what you can see right up there is a fiddle that is made out of a cornstalk. Do you reckon it sounds mighty fine? No, I'm not entirely so sure. I had a friend once tell me that there's a very fine line between playing old-time music and not being able to play at all. And so I think the cornstalk fiddle would be a little thinnish, but the tune that we're going to play that goes with this poem, I learned from a gentleman. His name was Clyde Davenport. He was down on the Kentucky-Tennessee border, which is where I'm from. I'm from Kentucky. And he had learned this from black and white musicians that were down there. And I've known people that had made and played on cornstalk fiddles. So this one actually has a little bit of a chorus to it. Most fiddle tunes just have the tune, but this has a chorus, and I would like to teach it to you all so we can incorporate it into the poem. Are y'all good with that? Okay, this is pretty tough. We're going to work through it line by line, so I hope you're good with memorization. So the first line is cornstalk fiddle and a shoestring bow.
Cornstalk fiddle and a shoestring bow.
You all are remarkable. Why don't we try that one more time just to make sure we've got it. Cornstalk fiddle and a shoestring bow.
Cornstalk fiddle and a shoestring bow.
All right, congratulations. We're now 25% through your bit. Now here's the second line. Cornstalk fiddle and a shoestring bow.
Cornstalk fiddle and a shoestring bow.
We're not even going to repeat it because I think you've already got it. Let's go to the third line. Cornstalk fiddle and a shoestring bow.
Cornstalk fiddle and a shoestring bow.
All right. Do we need to repeat it? Are we all right? Okay, we're okay. And then let's go ahead with the fourth line, which is completely different in so much that it's not different at all, which of course is
Cornstalk fiddle and a shoestring bow.
Now, it does have a little bit of a melody to it. And the reason I play the instruments is because I can't sing. But I cannot sing if I'm in better company, so if we can all not sing together, it'll be fine. But the melody goes, cornstalk fiddle and a shoestring bow, cornstalk fiddle and a shoestring bow, cornstalk fiddle and a shoestring bow, cornstalk fiddle and a shoestring bow. Whoop! You can put a little whoop at the end of it if you like. You with me so far? Let's try it with the music. That's right, everybody got this so far. We can repeat any of it if we need to. Sometimes people have trouble with the second line. But everybody's good? Okay. So here's how the melody will go. I've actually got to play the first part of the tune first so I can get into it if we pardon me. Cornstalk fiddle and a shoestring bow, cornstalk fiddle and a shoestring bow, cornstalk fiddle and a shoestring bow, cornstalk fiddle and a shoestring bow. That was lovely. We're going to make like a giant whoop orchestra. I think we'll see how this all plays out. All right, so my friends, with that, shall we do this?
Let's do it.
I think this will be wonderful.
Oh, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever played one of these?
I have not played one of those. I have seen them. I've seen them in person, but I've never tried to play one.
Okay.
But they were, what they would do for strings, because they were much nicer to sheep than banjo players were, is what they would do is where you have your cornstalk, they would take a knife and they would actually cut little slits in it to where it kind of looked like a string. And then they put a piece of wood in, just like this has a bridge, to elevate those up. And that's what they would use for strings. And that little bit of cornstalk would vibrate. And so,
with the shoestring bow.
now with the shoestring bow, it was exactly that. It must have sounded grand.
I'm sure it did.
On the sextet over there, can you tell, they just left the whole stalk on the corn stalk for their fiddles.
Yeah, this
What are they-
is, quite honestly, this is the craziest photograph I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen them where they've looked exactly like that. But yeah, they just left everything on, which I can only imagine would make the difficulty of having an instrument case really rough for that. So, but they seem to enjoy it. Silliness, Thomasina, that's what we got,
Yes, I
right?
see. It's on the early Wednesday morning.
All right.
All right, here we go. Everybody ready? Everybody ready? Yes. Okay, here we go. Cornstalk fiddle.
Here we go.
When the corn's all cut and the bright stalks shine like the burnished spears of a field of gold, when the field mice rich on the nubbins dine, and the frost comes white and the wind blows cold, then it's hi ho, fellas, and a high diddle diddle, for the time is ripe for the cornstalk fiddle. And you take a stalk that is straight and long with an expert eye to its worthy points, and you think of the bubbling strains of song that are bound between its pithy joints. Then you cut out strings with a bridge in the middle with a cornstalk bow for a cornstalk fiddle. Get ready.
Cornstalk fiddling, shoestring bow. Cornstalk fiddling, shoestring bow. Cornstalk fiddling, shoestring bow. Cornstalk fiddling, shoestring bow.
Then the strings that grow as you draw the bow, or the yielding strings with a practiced hand, and the music's flow never loud but low is the concert note of a fairy band. Oh, your dainty songs are a misty riddle to the simple sweets of the cornstalk fiddle.
Cornstalk fiddling, shoestring bow. Cornstalk fiddling, shoestring bow. Cornstalk fiddling, shoestring bow. Cornstalk fiddling, shoestring bow.
When the eve comes on and our work is done and the sun drops down with a tender glance, when their hearts all prime for the harmless fun, come the neighbors' girls for the evening's dance. And they wait for the well-known twist and twiddle, more time and tune from the cornstalk fiddle.
Cornstalk fiddling, shoestring bow. Cornstalk fiddling, shoestring bow. Cornstalk fiddling, shoestring bow. Cornstalk fiddling, shoestring bow.
Then Henry stops by Millie Snow and John takes Nellie Jones's hand while I pair off with Mandy Biddle and scrape, scrape, scrape goes the cornstalk fiddle.
Cornstalk fiddling, shoestring bow. Cornstalk fiddling, shoestring bow. Cornstalk fiddling, shoestring bow. Cornstalk fiddling, shoestring bow.
Salute your partner comes the call. All join hands and circle round. Grand train back and balance all. Footstep lightly spurn the ground. Take your lady and balance down the middle to the merry strains of the cornstalk fiddle.
fiddling, shoestring bow. Don't stop fiddling, shoestring bow. Don't stop fiddling, shoestring bow.
So the night goes on and the dance is o'er and the merry girls are homeward gone. But I see it all in my sleep once more, and I dream to the very break of dawn of an impish dance on a red-hot griddle to the screech and scrape of a cornstalk fiddle.
Don't stop fiddling, shoestring bow. Don't stop fiddling, shoestring bow. Don't stop fiddling, shoestring bow. Don't stop fiddling, shoestring bow.
You guys, you know, thank you. Thank you for that. I really appreciate you all there. Bill Canton. Bill Canton was an African-American fiddler and composer right here in Missouri. He lived in the middle of the state, very close to Jefferson City, but he played all over the state for dances. Now, Kyle, would you turn up the lights, please? We're going to cut a rug right now. We're going to learn a reel to dance to Caton's tune called Bill Caton's Reel. In Scotland, the dance is called social dancing or Scottish country dancing. Here in the United States, it's called square dancing. Now, I need you. Who wants to help a sister out? Come on, young lady, go this way.
4 kids for
Go this way. I need 4 ladies. Go this way. Hold on. Wait. Young lady. One young lady. Go that way.
And you need one.
A female. Come on. Grab a partner.
You're with me.
And his partner. All right, now, in order to do the dance, we have to learn the dance. Okay, so it's called square dancing for a reason. We need you to make a square. You two come here and face them. You two right here and face. Now, we have a square. It's called square dancing.
And boys are on the right, girls are on the left.
Boys on the right. All right, so we're gonna learn this, and then we're going to do this. Need you to the back up. Just a hashtag. I didn't ask anybody else to move it down. Okay. All right, so the first thing everything is done to rhythm. Hold on. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to meet. So, you two opposite couples, you're going to walk together. 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 4th you bow. So, watch. It's this. 1, 2, 3, bow, back, 2, 3, stay. Then the opposite couples, you on this side will do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, bow, back, 2, 3, stay. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, They go first, then you guys go. Otherwise, we'll have a train wreck, literally. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, bow, back. 2, 3, bow. Go. 2, 3, bow, back. 2, 3, bow. Good. So that's step number 1. to go. Step 2. Step 2 is circle right. So all you're going to do is circle 8 steps. So you're just going to follow. Everybody turn to your right. The other right for some of you. Turn to your right. There we go. Okay. And you've got to keep a square. All right, so this is what happens. You're going to just go around, and you're probably going to get to about here. And then you're just going to, let's just go all the way around. We'll go all the way around. Here we go. I'll give you 4 for free. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Stop. You should be back at your spot. Okay. All right. So we now have 2 of the steps. Let's put these 2 together. 1 from the beginning. Remember what you're doing. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, go. Round 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This next move, I'm scared. All right, here we go. This next move, partner turn. Okay. The next move, you're going to turn to your, let me borrow your partner. Step out. So, you're going to turn to your partner, grab your partner, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then go back the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, come back to your partner. Grab your right arms first, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Back the other way. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Yeah. Don't try running. Just walk. Let's do that. Let's try this one again. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Back the other way. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you'll stop back at your spot. Okay, this next one is actually, this next move is actually a square dance move. It's called the Allemand. And what it is, let me once again step here. The boys are going to go to the right. The girls are going to go to the left. So, this is what the move looks like. It's hand, grab your hand and walk. Go back, let's all move, let's all move. But it's basically just grab the hand, grab the hand, grab the hand. Got it? Here we go, let's try it. Let's try it. You understand what you're doing? You go, boys go right, girls go left. And we're going to take this one slowly.
Everybody, your foot should match Thomasina's count. So there's just a step on each count, not 2 steps on each count.
So it's
a
this.
step on 1, 2,
3,
well,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we go. Let's do the move.
1, 2.
Let's do it slowly. 5, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. No. Stop. It's opposite. Right, left. Right, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Okay, stop. Okay. Listen, you guys, you're all going in a circle. So you go around, you're going this way. You're doing this. Keep going. There you go. Keep going. Keep going. That's what you're doing. So let's practice it. Here we go. Right. It's right, left. Girls, I'm going to say right, left, and you need to go right, left. Here we go. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, left, right. Oh yeah. Left, right, left, right, and then stay. Keep on the right side. And then stay. All right. Let's do the last 2 moves. It's the swing your partner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go back. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Then the Alaman. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we go. The last 2 moves. 5. Why are you so far away? 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop! Walk. Walk. And the walk is right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go back the other way. 1, 2. There you go. Here we go. Let's do this. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go the other way. 1, 2, 3. Get ready for the Alaman. 6, 7. Hand. Right hand. Left hand. Right hand. Left hand. Right hand. Left hand. Right hand. And stop. You see that? Just stop. It is what it is. Maestro, if you would. Now we're going to add music. Listen, I'm going to call. Intro is first. Walk around is second. Do it right. Swing your partner third. Hand, that's called Alaman. Here we go.
I'll give you 8.
Slowly. Slowly.
I'll give you one more set.
Yes. Get ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Introduce yourself. Bow back. 2, 3, 4. Now. 2, 3, 4. Back. 2. Swing your partner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Other way. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, hold. Not yet, no. Once again, I messed up. You were supposed to go into the circle after the intro. So, listen. One thing you guys have to do, listen. Even though you're doing these moves, you have to listen. Don't be in such a hurry to make the move. I'll help you through it, I promise. Take it slow again, please, and then we'll see what happens. Give me 2 8s.
Next one. 2, 3, 4.
5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Bow. Back. 2. Ready to circle. 1, afraid, but I want you to hear what the tempo is supposed to sound like. You want to try it tempo, baby? You got to keep up. Stop trying to do
One thing before I start, just so you know, that they play square dances pretty quick. And so I've played for square dances off and on for years, but when we start here, they'll typically play for between 11 and 13 minutes at this speed, which is what, when Thomasina was talking about the importance of listening, that's where it comes into it. Otherwise, everybody has a heart attack and dies. So, but I'll play it. I'm going to play this at a Missouri speed.
Y'all pray. You're going to do it at so I'm ready. Give me four. Give me four. So they work. Yes. Wait, listen.
Oh, 4 sets of 8.
Yes. Listen. We're going to play it. Don't make any moves. I just want you to get an idea of how fast this is going to go.
Don't move.
Don't move. Just think your way through this.
Thank you. That was really fantastic, and the support from both schools. I'm so thrilled. Thank you so much for just having so much heart. Thomasina and William, let's give them another big round.